Welcome to Beginner to Fluent.
Welcome to English Learners, where English becomes exciting. Today we start the thrilling journey of one of history's most controversial figures, Adolf Hitler. Love him or hate him, his story is filled with dreams, failures, ambition, and power. From a small boy with big dreams to a man who changed the world forever. This is the story of Adolf Hitler like you've never heard before. Are you ready? Grab your headphones, sit back, and let's dive into the incredible tale that will improve your English and keep you hooked till the end. Adolf Hitler was born on April 20, 1889, in Braunau, a small town in Austria-Hungary, now Austria, near the German border. His father, Alois Hitler, was a stern, authoritarian customs official, while his mother, Clara Hitler, was a kind and deeply religious woman. Hitler had several siblings, but most of them died in infancy. Only Paula Hitler, his younger sister, survived into adulthood. Hitler was especially close to his mother and devastated by her death in 1907. His relationship with his father was tense and strained, marked by constant conflict. As a child, Hitler was a moody and stubborn boy. He initially performed well in primary school, but his grades dropped in secondary school. He attended Realschule in Linz, where he clashed with teachers and resisted authority, and dropped out at age 16 without finishing high school. Hitler wanted to become an artist. He enjoyed drawing and painting, especially buildings and landscapes. But his father wanted him to join the civil service. This caused constant arguments between them. At 18, Hitler moved to Vienna to become a professional artist. He applied to the Academy of Fine Arts, but was rejected twice for not being good at drawing people. He lived a poor life, staying in shelters and painting postcards to earn a little money. During his years in Vienna, he started developing strong political ideas. He read books about German nationalism, began blaming Jews for many problems, and grew to hate communists and democracy. In 1913, to avoid joining the Austro-Hungarian army, he moved to Munich, Germany. But when World War I broke out in 1914, Hitler joined the German army. He fought bravely as a messenger on the front lines, got wounded twice, and received medals like the Iron Cross. The war meant everything to him. When Germany lost in 1918, Hitler was shocked and angry. He believed the army was stabbed in the back by Jewish people and communists, a dangerous lie he repeated for years. After the war, Hitler stayed in the army for a while and was sent to spy on a small political group called the German Workers' Party. But instead of spying, he joined them. He quickly became their best speaker and organizer. In 1920, the group changed its name to the National Socialist German Workers' Party, or Nazi Party. Hitler helped design the swastika logo and wrote their political beliefs, focusing on extreme nationalism, hatred of Jews, and rejection of the Treaty of Versailles, which had punished Germany after World War I. In 1923, Hitler tried to take over the German government in the beer hall putsch in Munich, but it failed and he was arrested. While in prison, he wrote a book called Mein Kampf, My Struggle, where he shared his ideas about race, power, and the future of Germany. He believed Germans were a superior race and needed more land, Lebensraum, for their future. After his release from prison, Hitler decided to take power through politics, not force. During the late 1920s and early 1930s, Germany was going through a tough time. The economy had collapsed, millions were jobless, and people were angry and afraid. Hitler took advantage of this. He promised to rebuild the country, create jobs, and make Germany proud again. His speeches gave people hope. In 1933, he was appointed Chancellor, like Prime Minister, of Germany. After that, he quickly took total control and became Führer, leader, in 1934. Hitler made huge changes to boost the German economy. He started massive public projects, like building autobahns, highways, railways, and buildings. He invested in factories, military weapons, and infrastructure, which created millions of jobs. The economy improved quickly, and unemployment dropped. Hitler also encouraged companies to produce more and gave loans to families to buy cars and have children. He launched the famous Volkswagen car project to give every German family an affordable car, though most didn't get one before the war. To promote nationalism, Hitler used propaganda, big public rallies, and strict control over media. People were taught to love Germany and follow Hitler without question. Children were sent to special camps like the Hitler Youth, where they learned obedience, military training, and Nazi ideas. Schools taught only Nazi-approved history and beliefs. Posters, films, and newspapers praised Hitler and blamed Jews and outsiders for Germany's problems. In foreign policy, Hitler first made small moves. In 1936, he sent troops into the Rhineland, a demilitarized zone. In 1938, he took over Austria, called the Anschluss, and then part of Czechoslovakia. Other European countries didn't stop him, hoping to avoid war. But in 1939, Hitler invaded Poland, and World War II began. His army used fast and brutal tactics called blitzkrieg, quickly taking over many countries like France, Norway, and the Netherlands. In 1941, Hitler broke his non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union and invaded it, but the war there dragged on and became deadly. The same year, after Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, Hitler declared war on the United States. This turned the war into a true global conflict. At the same time, Hitler and the Nazis began the Holocaust, the murder of 6 million Jews, along with millions of others, including Roma people, disabled people, and political enemies. They were killed in concentration camps like Auschwitz, in one of the worst crimes in human history. As the war dragged on, Hitler made poor military decisions and ignored his generals. He refused to retreat even when defeat was obvious. Germany began losing the war by 1943, after the Battle of Stalingrad and the D-Day invasion in 1944. Cities were bombed, people suffered, and Hitler became more isolated and paranoid. He rarely left his underground bunker in Berlin, where he held meetings and gave orders that made little sense. In his personal life, Hitler was private and strange. He never married until the very end of his life. His longtime girlfriend, Eva Braun, stayed mostly out of the public eye. On April 29, 1945, as Soviet troops were entering Berlin, Hitler and Eva married inside the bunker. The next day, April 30, 1945, Hitler killed himself with a gunshot while Eva took poison. Their bodies were burned by his staff, as Hitler had ordered. A week later, Germany surrendered, and World War II in Europe ended. Hitler's life was full of hatred, violence, and destruction. He led Germany into a terrible war, caused the deaths of tens of millions of people, and left the country in ruins. His rise to power shows how dangerous it is when one person gains too much control, spreads lies, and uses fear to rule. He remains one of the most infamous figures in world history.
Thanks for watching.